coming back. There she is. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Linda.
Coming back at you. This is a quick one, and if you notice, we haven't even changed clothes. We didn't change clothes because we didn't want to. Because we wanted to get back onto this video pretty quick. And by the way, you can call us Gummy Bears, or you can call us Paul and Linda Gone. Or you can just call us Paul and Linda. Either way.
Linda and Paul.
You can call us Linda and Paul if you want to, too. That's for all you feminists out there. We're okay with it. Doesn't matter to us, as long as you call us. Right? Right. Okay. Anyway, let's get back into this. This is kind of on goal setting 102, so to speak. You know how we just talked about you had to be passionate about it? Well, we're going to explain to you just as quick as we possibly can how we got to Phoenix. We used to live in a small town in Kansas, and both of us grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. Much larger town. This little town we went to had like a population of like 3,000, something like that.
We didn't even have a stoplight.
Yeah, no stoplights. In fact, when we first moved there was like maybe 2 places to eat, Pizza Hut and...
They were building a Sonic, but it wasn't there yet.
Yeah, so it was pretty small from what we're used to. Anyway, the reason that we moved there is because we wanted to raise the 5 kids that we have. And we thought that'd be a good place to go. Not a lot of crime, not a lot of drugs, just an overall community that would be good to raise our kids in. And it was. It was a fantastic place to raise our kids. But anyway, as the last child basically decided he was leaving the nest, we felt it was a time in our life that we needed to change. So we were going to move. We didn't know where we were going to move, but we knew we wanted to move. And just how things fall into place when you start to concentrate on something, things kind of fall into place. Well, Linda's brother called her, and he was living in Phoenix, Arizona, and he says, hey, why don't you guys come down and visit us? So we thought, that might be a pretty cool place to go. It's definitely away from the snow and the ice. That sounded pretty good to us. So I was playing one night, and it was a Saturday night late, and we just decided that we would go and head down to Phoenix. So right after playing, 1 o'clock in the morning, her and I took off, headed for Phoenix. Drove all the way through, which is probably not the best thing to do, but we were kind of in a hurry, and we just did things like that. So we ended up getting down into Phoenix at like 7, 8 o'clock the next day, at night, I should say. Anyway, we were in Phoenix, met her brother, hung around down here for what, 3 or 4 days, something like that. Just loved it. Loved the city because it was clean. Loved the highways because they were smooth, unlike in Missouri and Kansas where it's like you go down the road and you hear the constantly with your car. It was nice down here, so we thought this could be good. So we left and we drove back headed back home, and on the way home we talked about it, thought about it, and basically decided halfway. Wouldn't you say it was probably halfway home, maybe?
When we actually made our decision.
Yeah, we made a decision that we were going to move here, and we were going to move here in 1 year. And keep in mind, now, when we say we're going to move here, going back to our home was about halfway through being completely remodeled. I was in school, and I don't remember what you were doing. You were working at a printing company. Mm-hmm. And so we had to figure out how we could get all this together and do it all. The amazing part about it is we believe this, so we're going to explain it that way, right? Okay. We believe that when you have the focus on something, whatever that focus is, and you put your passion into that, the universe kind of like sees that you're not going to take failure as an option. You're going to do it. One way or another, you're going to do it. So when that happens, the universe starts to throw things into your place and helps you to make things a little better.
We didn't understand understand how that worked at that time at all. We just knew we were going to do it, and we just did it. We learned later how feeling the way we did is how it happened so smoothly.
Yeah, because we remodeled the house. I actually was going to school during the day and working in the afternoon in the field that I wanted to go into. And at the same time, I was still playing on the weekends.
5-state area.
And we had like a 22 acre area that we used to mow, and Linda did a lot of the mowing, which is, that in itself would have been a good picture to have of Linda bouncing around on a tractor. But anyway, the last thing that came into place was we were like, who are we going to sell to? I mean, how are we going to sell our house? We need to figure out how to do that. Well, it just so happens that the teacher that I had in class had just gotten married and was moving into the small town that we lived in.
And they had,
5 kids.
yeah.
How sweet can that be? And I asked him if he'd be interested in buying a house. And he's like, well, yeah, but we're looking for kind of a big house. I'm like, how's 6 bedrooms hit you? He's like, wow. Yeah. So he came over to look at it, and him and his wife loved our house because it was basically completely done. We had a few things extra to do, plus we had, there was no carpet in the house, and we were going to recarpet the whole house. So we told him that if you want to buy it, we need to have your decision in the next week or 2. And if you decide you want to buy it, then we'll allow you just to pick out the carpet. And we'll pay for it and get it put in. They're like, yeah. So bottom line is they bought our house. We sold it and packed up. We had taken all of our stuff and put it into storage.
Keep in mind, we never, ever even put it on the market or anything. It just fell into place.
Yeah.
We hadn't got to the point of what we were going to do, but then that happened, and that was about 3 months out, and
Yeah.
talking back and forth. And so it was like, all right.
Yeah, we packed up the truck, and the day before we packed up the truck, they laid the carpet. So we kind of just spent the last night in the house laying on the
air
carpet.
mattress.
And the carpet was just, the house looked sweet. I hated to leave it, but we had other things we were going to do.
18 years.
Yeah, so we took off, headed to Phoenix, and the thing that was strange to me as we were coming down from Flagstaff into Phoenix, it's kind of like the mountains down into the, desert, so to speak. Started seeing palm trees on the side of the road and cactus on the side of the road, and I got like chills going through my body with like, wow, we did it. And we made a thing that we were going to do it in a year. We were down here like July the 15th or 16th, something like that. And we moved down here on July the 9th. So it was less than a year, but right at 1 year almost to the day of doing it. So all we're trying to do is give you an example of how goals work and how if you get that passion in your head,
If you can see it, feel it, taste it, that's all you think about.
there it is.
You'll
Okay?
find a way.
That's all we got for you today. Hope you enjoyed this little story about us. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to leave too.
Bye.